Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Simple Stories. I am using the very beautiful Simple Vintage Love Story collection. Now, when I first received this, I really wasn't overly sure about this collection. When I think Valentine's collections, I love Valentine's collections, but I love all the really cutesy hearts with faces, that kind of thing. The normal type ones, the character style ones, rather than the vintage look. However, as soon as I started using it, I was in love with this collection. It's called Love Story for a reason. It's so beautiful. I really was inspired by that sheet of cameras there. And I spent a few minutes cutting around a large portion of them. So the top row I cut off, and the underneath as well. I rough cut it to start with, and then I fussy cut around them so the cut was quite tight. And I'm going to put that onto a piece of the plainer papers that are part of the collection. So in this collection, the vintage collections have the Simple Vintage Basics packs, basics paper packs, and this background was from one of those. So they're basically solid colours with a little bit of texture on them. They're always beautiful. I always reach for them whenever I have a Simple Vintage collection, and I've used, it's a pale turquoise, using it for my background. Now, unfortunately, the lighting on this video isn't great. I don't know quite what's happened, but you can't see the colours particularly well. What I'm looking at on screen right now isn't brilliant, but hopefully when you see the layout properly, the colours will come back into sharper focus. But it's super pretty. I say the background is like a light turquoisey greeny blue. It's so pretty. I've just mounted my photo onto a journaling card from the 3x4 Elements paper, I believe. There's also another journaling card there that has a camera on it. Obviously, I've got a bit of a camera theme going on here with the cameras in the background, so I really wanted to use that, even though I end up covering most of it over. And I am creating some clusters around my photo, and then I'm creating a cluster at the top right of the layout as well. And I've got some floral ephemera there already, or floral bits, and I've also pulled out some of the beautiful florals from the rub-ons, and I've just placed those underneath my clusters, and then I'm just rubbing them with the lolly stick that is part of the pack. These I don't know if you remember rub-ons from many moons ago, but they used to be dreadfully difficult to get off the sheet. That's definitely not the case anymore. Technology has clearly improved significantly, and they weren't necessarily Simple Stories brand from years and years ago. I just remember, scrubbing these rub-ons and them not coming off. Anyway, that is definitely not the case now. So if you've been scarred by rub-ons in the past, you can let go of that worry now. They're significantly better. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm cutting them off of the background, and then I am placing them where I want them, and then rubbing them with the lolly stick, and they are transferring beautifully, really quickly and beautifully. So I've added a couple of flowers. I've added some texture under the camera to the right hand side. Just adding a little heart there as well, and then I've added, I think, some more hearts at the top too. It's just they're really lovely to use, the rub-ons, and they just give you an extra layer as well for your clusters. So win-win from my perspective for sure. So I'm adding a little title to my photo which says it's a love story. That's from the foam stickers. I've got, I'm building up my clusters. I've just added a couple of butterflies, or they're not actually stuck yet, but they're on. A couple of butterflies to each of my clusters, one above my photo and one up to the top right. I've added some word stickers from the Cardstock sticker sheet to the right of my photo. They say, just you, me and you're the best, and you make me smile. And I've already got love captured on the journaling card to the right of the photo as well. So all those little phrases are just lovely. So I'm just adding all of these into place, and then I'm just going to carry on building up my clusters by adding more smaller bits and pieces as well. So I've added in some of the foam stickers and some of the cardstock stickers that have the little, they're almost like typewriter keys, I think, the little round types with letters or hearts in the middle. So I've added a few of those, and if they're from the cardstock stickers, I've raised them up on foam pads. If they're from the foam stickers, obviously they just stick directly straight on, and I love the dimension that comes from using the foam stickers, and they really stick well as well. There's no falling off of embellishments with Simple Stories products. Right, okay, so I've just added my journaling in at the bottom. Now I do wish that I hadn't added it there, because I feel like I've extended the design in an area I didn't want to extend it in, so but I can't undo it now, so I'm just going to have to live with it and not worry about it. But you know, just so you know that, you know, not 100% of my layouts, or you know, people who we consider to be almost professional scrapbookers, we get things wrong too, all the time, and I'm not happy with it, but I'm not going to like redo the layout or anything like that. But if I had my time over again, I would probably have written my journaling along the top edge of the cameras actually, and then if I needed to, continue down on the bottom edge of the cameras, or you know, or I could have, that's it, that's the only place I would have put it. I guess what I could have done was created myself a little journaling spot somewhere, but anyway, I did what I did, and I've got to live with it. It's not the worst decision in the world. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm now just adding some enamel dots, and I've also added some decorative brads to the middles of every one of those cameras that's on my background. I love the texture this gives. I love the little shine that you get from the enamel dots, and from the decorative brads as well, and I just feel that it enhances the background of the layout so much. So I'm really pleased I did that. I tried to aim for kind of colour on colour, so if I had a green camera, I tried to aim for a green decorative brad or enamel dot in the middle, but yeah, they're lovely. I love how that all turns out. Actually, I'm just looking at the layout now, I've missed one. I will need to go back and correct that. Yeah, just continuing to add little things really. I love to build up my clusters with large pieces at the bottom and then get smaller as I go up, and then I normally finish off with, like I said, the decorative brads or the enamel dots, and in this case I'm adding some sequins as well. I love to add a little bit of sparkle to all of my layouts, no matter what they are, and I generally do that by using some sequins. So I'm just popping those in, I've just sprinkled them on, I've let them go where they fall. Sometimes if there's a rogue one that's gone really in the wrong place, I move it around, but on the whole I try to make them look natural, like a natural scatter. I normally try to stick them roughly where they fall. I say I do move them around a little bit. That was a shake test to make sure that none of my sequins were not glued, so they're all stuck down now, so that's all good. And I'm just going to finish off with some splatters of paint. Now I'm going for black splatters, because there's a lot of dark, a lot of black in this collection. In between all my cameras is all black, and I love the kind of dramatic look that gives. I really love that contrast. So I'm just finishing off with a few splatters of black paint, and there we go. You can see the colours a lot better in this photo. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed seeing this come together, and let me tell you, if you weren't sure about the vintage love story collection, go for it. It's stunning. I've used it for several more layouts as well as this one. They'll be coming out soon. Thank you so very much for joining me. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories using Simple Vintage Love Story.